Hi, everyone. My name is Becca Rousseau. Welcome to the Western Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. And this presentation will be recorded and will be available within about a week on the same website through ScribeScan where you signed up for this session. So now I would like to turn it over to our presenters. First up, we have Ritsumeikan, Asian Pacific University. So take it away.
Thank you, Becca, for that introduction. So hi, everyone. My name is Bethany Konza. Please just call me Bethany if you're going to refer to my name when you type in the Q&A. But I work for Ritsumeikan Asia Pacific University. It's a very long name. We usually go by APU. But we are an international university located in Japan. I myself am the regional manager, so I handle admissions for students living in the US and Canada, but I'm based in Hawaii, so if we ever need to go back and forth, schedule a meeting, time differences aren't too bad where I'm located. Just to get a little bit more into the university itself, we are a rather small university. Our student body is about 5,700 students, with the majority being in our undergraduate program. We have just over 200 in our master's and PhD programs. Our student body is half international, coming from about 90 countries and regions around the world. And we do like to keep it at that ratio. We want our international students to be immersed with other Japanese students, so to be able to pick up the language and the culture, but also for our Japanese students to experience international cultures and everyone to experience a culture different from their own. So we do manage that ratio. Our faculty as well, we do keep at that just about half international rate as well. The campus of APU is located in Beppu City. So it's located on a mountainside overlooking Beppu City down here by Beppu Bay. We have on-campus housing on the left-hand side of the screen, and we have our classrooms on the right-hand side of the screen. First-year students will live on campus, and then after their first year, move into the downtown area and then commute up to campus by bus. Every day they have class. So Beppu City is a mid-sized city of about 120,000 people. Looking at this picture, it's kind of like a tourist town by the ocean, a little bit slower style of living. It is a lot different than Tokyo or some of the largest cities you may know in Japan. But it's about, I think it's more on the suburban side. We do have a lot of what's happening in our town runs around the college on campus, our campus, or the tourist hotspots, which is our hot springs. We have about 2,000 located in and around our city. Just some fun facts. We have the highest volume of hot water in Japan in our city. We're a small city, but lots of hot water, second in the world only to Yellowstone National Park. And we also have this shrine in Beppu City, which a lot say is the inspiration for the shrine that was depicted in this popular anime that some of you may know, Demon Slayer. So in recent years, we have had an influx of tourists who would like to visit this scene as well as all of our hot springs. Just to give you an idea of Beppu City, we get all 4 seasons. We do have quite mild winters. We'll get snow a couple times per year. It usually doesn't stick. And it transitions to spring rather early. We'll get all the cherry blossoms, very hot summers, and then we'll transition into fall right about the end of October. So this is just a picture of Beppu with all the hot spring steam popping up everywhere, sometimes during the winter. And we also have a beach located right on the side of our town, which is Beppu Bay, and then mountains surrounding the other side. So for those of you that like nature, like mountain hiking, we have a lot of great trails in the area as well. People like to ask about achievements, so I'll put this screen here. We are accredited by the Japanese government, meaning if you want to transfer in, transfer out, you should have no issue moving credits. You'll be able to go onto a graduate program after us in the US, for example, without any issues, and also find employment in the US because our degree is recognized. Just one of the rankings, Times Higher Education, ranked about 700 universities in Japan. We are ranked 21st and just 5th among the private universities. For the colleges that we have 2 main colleges, Asia Pacific Studies, which is a social science degree, and the College of International Management, which is a business degree. If you apply to us, you just have to pick either of these colleges. You don't have to know exactly which major you're interested in, which are the 4 listed below on either side, until you kind of take your intro prereq courses in the beginning. Everything is taught entirely in English, so you don't have to have any Japanese knowledge before coming to study with us. But we do require students to study Japanese once they come to our campus. We require about 1 year of Japanese, which should get you to about an intermediate level. And then we have elective Japanese courses to get you to a more advanced business level of Japanese, which we highly recommend for students who want to work or to live in Japan or work using the Japanese language. Outside of the classroom, we have a very vibrant campus life with over 110 student-led organizations. We hold multicultural weeks throughout the year, which is a week dedicated to a culture, a region, an ideal that the students plan. And anything that happens during the week is up to the students. So they have to decide every day what they're gonna showcase to the other students. Lots of university supported projects, and also a lot of opportunities to join part-time jobs on campus as well. If you're interested in working in Japan, we have a 96% job placement rate. So what this means is of our job hunting students, 96% have at least 1 job offer before graduation. So they don't have to worry about moving out of Japan or their visa issues. They'll just start, once they graduate, they'll start working at their company right away. And our students are highly recruited, highly coveted because of their unique skill set. A lot of times it differs from what a traditional Japanese college student has in terms of their language ability, problem solving, compromise, group work skills, things like that. All right. For tuition, on the screen, you can see that our first year tuition is about $12,400 with the current exchange rate. From your second year onward, you will be taking more credits. It goes up to about $14,300 per year. So this is the tuition for every student, regardless of nationality at our university. We do also offer a scholarship of 30 to 100% off of that amount, which is good for the entirety of your time at APU. Our online application is available on our website, and I'm going to get through this last slide. But yeah, that's it for me. But if you have any other questions, throw it in the Q&A, or you can send me an email at apuusa@apu.ac.jp. But thank you.
Thank you so much, Bethany. Up next, we have Temple University, Japan campus.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the virtual fair. And my name is Nathan Crown. I'm the Director of Overseas Admissions here at Temple University, Japan campus. Temple University is an American school. We are a branch campus of a large US school in Philadelphia called Temple University. And Temple University is a big school on the East Coast, and they opened the branch campus here in the 80s. So we've been in Tokyo for a long time, and we were the first branch campus of its type, and we're the only one that's survived and gone the distance. And so we're the only 4-year foreign university located in Japan. So when you come and study with us, you're in the heart of Tokyo, close to all the action. It's a big city, great food, great public transport, so much to do and see, and you're getting to study in that environment. So it's a familiar curriculum for you coming from an American school. Interactive classroom, so it's going to be an easy transition, but you're getting to do it in one of the world's great cities. For our students that are perhaps gone to college first, if you do some college credits, community college, you can transfer those in, of course, being a US school. And if you're taking AP, IB, or even A-levels, you can certainly transfer those in as well. Temple University is rated, they're ranked highly on the Times Higher Education ranking as well, and the US college rankings there. So when you do graduate, even though you're in Tokyo, you are graduating from Temple University. So if you go back to the States, you have graduated from the big school there. We also are, of course, recognized by the Ministry of Education here in Japan, which allows you to come and live and study and work part-time as well, and go into graduate school here and work in Japan as well if you want. Temple's really been at the forefront of international education for many years. We've had our Rome campus in Italy over 50 years, the Japan campus since the early 80s, And we have many study abroad partners throughout the world. So not only can you come and study in Japan for your degree, you can go to one of our other campuses or partners for a semester or two and experience other parts of the world and really enhance your degree. As I said, we're right in the heart of Tokyo. We are 5 minutes from Shibuya, which is kind of the Times Square of Japan, of Tokyo, and a short train ride. So really, the train system is so good. You can catch the train anywhere. You don't need a car. And you can really live in any part of Tokyo and get to the campus pretty easily. We're a short walk from the train station, Sangenja. Around the campus, plenty of shops, cafes, restaurants, supermarkets, entertainment, karaoke, all sorts of stuff. Studying in Tokyo at American school, you step outside, you're in the heart of Japan, a chance to really immerse yourself in the culture and learn the language. We have a big internship program, which is going to give you a chance to get some real work experience in Japan. And that's going to set you up to work in a global environment in the future. We do a whole range of activities and events every semester for our students. We want you to get out and enjoy Japan. So whether that's climbing Mount Fuji in the summer or skiing and snowboarding in the winter or going to watch a sumo match, there's all sorts of things you can get involved with and have fun and enjoy and make friends. We're a small campus, about 1,300 students, so perhaps similar to some of your high school sizes. And everyone studies together. We don't have separate classes for Japanese students and international students. Everyone's together with English as the common language. And it's a very diverse student body, over 60 countries, and also our faculty are from around the world as well. And that's going to bring a different dynamic to the classroom. You're not just learning about the American way of business or the Japanese way. You're learning about with different cultural aspects. You may be wondering, do you need to study Japanese or learn Japanese before you come? There's no minimum requirement because the university is in English. However, having some Japanese is going to help you from day one in your life in Japan, but also give you a foundation to build on. And you can certainly take Japanese as part of your program. And here are the 10 majors we offer across the social science and liberal arts. So we have flexibility to choose and add a double major. You can come in undeclared if you're not sure. You can change your major later on. You can add a double major. If you're interested in, say, art and Japanese, you can do both. You can do a double major, so you have that flexibility there. We moved to a brand new campus summer 2019, and this is the building now. So we used to be a different part of Tokyo, and now we've got a brand new purpose-built facility with outdoor space, and we're collaborating with our neighbor Showa across the road, and students can use some of their facilities as well, like the cafeteria and sports facilities. So a small campus, but access to big university facilities. We have dormitory and homestay options as well for our students coming over from overseas for the first semester. Most of our dorm rooms are single room and bathroom as well, so you'd have to share. Tuition is on par with in-state tuition. It's a lot less than the typical out-of-state tuition you'll see across the US. So it can be less expensive to come to the Japan campus than it is to go even out of state. So just going to wrap up now. Very good internship and job success opportunities at our campus and in the future. 97% job success rate. And I'm going to finish right up now with our last slide, and our email address is on there as well. So thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks so much, Nathan. Up next, we have the American University of Rome. So take it away.
Thank you so much. It's been so nice hearing about Japan. I actually used to live there, so feeling all nostalgic. But I'm going to talk to you about the American University of Rome today. So the American University of Rome is a small private liberal arts college located in Rome. It is fully accredited in the US, and all courses are taught in English. We're a very tight-knit community of about 500 total students, and we do offer 10 majors. I'll get into those offerings shortly. We are quite small, which means we have quite small class sizes. So our average class size is 14 students. And that's a really amazing thing right now because all of our classes are completely in person. So that is just amazing. Students have been able to, go to campus and also to, get out of the classroom, go to Rome, visit museums, all within that small class size. So it's always a benefit because you get to learn you get to know your professors really well, but especially right now, it's the students are really happy to be able to be in person. So even though we're very small, we're quite diverse. We have 60 nationalities represented on our campus and 28 languages spoken. So coming to AUR means that you're going to have a very international education experience. So I know that a lot of students don't necessarily think about studying overseas. So let's talk a little bit about the benefits of that. So why study in Italy? Italy is a really great country to choose just because of its history, its heritage. It has 55 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. So it's really like a museum. And it's Rome in particular, it's got art, architecture, fashion, and food. You really, couldn't ask for more in terms of a global destination. It's very close to major EU cities. It's also the bridge to North Africa and the Mediterranean. So our students can, take a long vacation and go visit Morocco. So it's just really, really well situated. And then beyond just why Italy, why go abroad? The statistics speaks for itself. 97% of study abroad students find employment within 12 months of graduation. So studies have really shown that having an international education experience makes you much more employable after college. So even if you're not thinking all 4 years, I really encourage you to think about how to get that overseas abroad experience within your university career. And students are also surprised to know that Rome is pretty cheap. So they think that like a big city would be really expensive, but it's actually cheaper than a lot of larger cities in the States. A bit about our academics. So our larger programs are business administration, film and digital media, international relations, and global politics. However, we do have some really cool programs like archaeology and classics, travel and tourism management. And at the heart of all of our degree programs at AUR is our experiential learning component. So our professors do a really good job of weaving, practice into the theory of the academics. So you're not only going to just, learn, but you're going to do. And, for archaeology and classics, that looks like participating on a dig in ancient Rome. For fine arts, it's going to the museum and actually drawing the work of art instead of looking at it in a textbook. So we do a good job of that, and we really believe that our students should have the opportunity to get out and explore Rome as much as possible, which is why we don't ever have classes on Fridays. So if you come to AUR, you have a 3-day weekend every weekend. When you're not in class, what's there to do? So much, can't even get started, but we've got numerous clubs, we've got sports, we have academic field trips, we've got non-academic field trips, cultural events, language exchanges, you name it, we got it. One of the best things that I think we offer, but I'm a foodie, but we do a 1-credit course over a 3-day weekend where you go into the countryside in Italy and learn all about the production of olive oil. So you get to taste various olive oils, you get to explore Italy while you're doing it, and you get a credit to boot. So, what's not to love about that? In terms of our support services, we do have an English-speaking doctor on our campus. We have counseling services as well as peer mentors and res grads. So lots of support to help you kind of adjust to your new life in Rome. And then what does getting there look like? We do accept the Common App, but I always tell students that if you don't need to do it for another application, don't bother because it takes way too long. We have a much more streamlined application on our website where we just want to see a completed application, a copy of your ID. We need your transcripts, personal statement, essay, and a letter of recommendation. So it's very straightforward. We are always test optional. We have a very holistic review process where we interview each one of our applicants. And our application is really flexible. We do rolling applications. And particular for this year, you don't even need a visa to come. So we found a way to shorten our semester so that you can come within 90 days on a tourist visa. So if you are just so sick of being in your living room and not going out and doing anything, and you decide, hey, I'm going to Rome this fall, you can make that decision in June and we can make it happen. So it's a really good option for a gap year if that's something you're thinking of. We do have merit scholarships, financial need scholarships, and we are FAFSA eligible as well because we are a US institution just located overseas. So if any of that sounds interesting, you can snap a quick photo of this slide. It has my email there, and also my Instagram account and our official Instagram account, which I'll put in the chat as well. So thank you so much, and hope you consider it.
Thank you so much. All right, up next we have Trinity College, Dublin.
Hi everybody, my name is Laura Kelly and I am the North American representative for Trinity College, Dublin. And Trinity is based in Dublin, Ireland's capital city. I have to start by saying Ireland is just a great and beautiful country to live in. We're a small island. You can drive from the north of Ireland to the south in under 6 hours. We are a very friendly and welcoming nation and ranked in the top 15 safest countries in the world. And English is the main language spoken. You do not need a visa prior to arriving in Ireland, and after you arrive, you'll register with immigration and you'll be permitted to stay 5 years. So once you finish your degree, you will have that extra year after you graduate. And Dublin is a very young European cosmopolitan city. There's always something to do with a vast array of museums, theatres, art galleries, and so much more. It's also home to many global corporations across a range of sectors. It's a very easy city to navigate and a perfect city to travel throughout Europe from. And students certainly over the 4 years at Trinity take advantage of inexpensive flights to many European destinations. And also good for West Coast students, there's a direct flight from Los Angeles and San Francisco to Dublin. Trinity is one of the ancient universities established in 1592. We are over 428 years old, and we are Ireland's highest ranking university and ranked 101 in the University World Rankings. 95% of Trinity graduates go on to employment or further study, and we're the top producers of entrepreneurs in Europe for the last 6 years in a row. And Trinity is a research-intensive university located in the heart of Dublin City. We are in the centre of Dublin's Innovation District and within walking distance of Dublin's Silicon Talks, the Financial Service Centre, and all the leading multinational corporations with whom Trinity have strong academic collaborations with. And if you've been to Dublin, there's a good chance you've visited our campus, which attracts hundreds and thousands of visitors yearly from all over the world. It's a very vibrant campus, home to 18,000 students from over 120 countries worldwide, and 28% of the student body is international. Our old library, pictured here, dates back to Trinity's establishment in 1592 and is home to over 6 million books, including one of Trinity's many treasures, the Book of Kells. It is Ireland's largest library and a legal deposit library, where publishers throughout Ireland and the UK must deposit a copy of all their publications. And here is a photograph of one of our US students on his first family trip to the campus at 5 years old, and pictured now in his second year of his degree at Trinity. We do hear stories like that quite often, where students visited Ireland, discovered the city of Dublin, walked on the cobblestones of Trinity's campus, and returned later as students. And we have 3 faculties, 24 schools, and hundreds of course combinations for students to choose from. Our tuition varies from $24,000 to $33,000, depending on the major, and we are part of the US Direct Loan Scheme. One of unique offerings is our dual BA with Columbia University, New York. So students spend the first 2 years at Trinity, move to New York, and spend their second 2 years at Columbia, and receive a degree from both universities at the end of the 4 years. We offer 11 subject areas in arts, humanities, and STEM, and we're adding new subjects to this every year. It's a fantastic opportunity for students who maybe want the best of both worlds, to have the US college experience and study in an Ivy League college such as Columbia, but also want experience living internationally and studying in a leading international university such as Trinity. And to make an application, you will do so directly through our website. The portal is open from October, and we have rolling admissions for most programs until June. Included in the application will be a focused personal statement details for 2 academic referees, and you'll be able to upload any supporting documents to the application, or they can be emailed and sent through Naviance and Score. You can make up to 3 applications, but your first application would be your preference. And Trinity is test optional for 2021 entry, and we will continue to be flexible regarding SATs and ACTs, knowing that many students were unable to take them this year. We also understand that the idea of moving abroad is daunting, and you might be worried about studying and living in a new country, but you won't be alone, and there's an amount of support available for you. Just to point out a few, each undergraduate student is assigned a personal academic tutor, and that tutor will be with you through the 4 years at Trinity. So if you need any help or guidance with regards to study, health, anything really, you can seek the guidance of your tutor, who will act as an advocate for you within the university. I have to mention our Global Room team, who are our main support hub and event space for international students, always on hand to give advice and support, and they put on over 300 international themed events every year. And lastly, we have over 170 clubs and societies to get involved in at Trinity. We have academic, language, arts and culture societies and sports clubs. 2 of the oldest college debating societies in the world are at Trinity, and these clubs and societies really get involved with the campus and the city and the community of Dublin, and it's just a great way for students to get to know their new home away from home. And here we have some of our notable alumni. We have Oscar Wilde and Samuel Beckett, some of Ireland's most famous playwrights and poets. Ernest Walton, who was one of the first scientists to help split the atom and a Nobel Prize winner. And more than half the Nobel laureates from Ireland have graduated from Trinity. And anyone who has read the book or has seen the very successful TV series Normal People will recognise the author Sally Rooney, who is a Trinity graduate. And the last person I'm going to mention is Mary Robinson, who went on to become the first female president of Ireland. So thank you very much. And Damien O'Farrell is a West Coast representative, so Damien would be happy to chat to you more about all things Trinity.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And we are on to our presenter. So go ahead and take it away, Lindsay.
Hi, my name is Lindsay Parker. I'm a global recruitment officer with Duke Kunshan University, which is Duke University's new joint venture university in China. Essentially what we're offering is like a Duke Education 2.0 taught in English in China to top international students from all around the world. We are very new. Our undergrad program launched in 2018. So we currently have freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, but we don't yet have seniors, and our first class will graduate in 2022. So this joint venture university is owned and operated by 3 partners. The first is Duke University, which is typically ranked in the US top 10 and the worldwide top 20. Our second partner is Wuhan University, which is one of China's top 10. Our students study on both campuses at Duke Kunshan in China and at Duke University in the US, and earn 2 degrees, a Chinese degree from DKU and a US bachelor's degree from Duke. This is the city of Kunshan. It's about 2 million residents and one of the greenest and wealthiest cities in all of China. This is where our campus is located. And from here, it's about 20 minutes on the high-speed train to Shanghai, which is, of course, one of the biggest and most international hubs in all of China. Our students can spend 4 years trying to explore Shanghai and still never see even half of what there is to experience. We are also about 20 minutes away from China's historic water towns like this one. So in contrast to the modern glitzy cities like Shanghai, our students also have easy access to places like this where they can experience some of the beauty and tradition and history of more traditional China. Also, the flagship Study Away is our Study Away at Duke program. So our students would typically go to Duke University during part of the third year, either a fall or a spring semester, with the option to add on a consecutive summer term. While at Duke, our students can live on campus and choose from pretty much the full menu of courses offered at Duke and participate in many clubs and activities to have as full a US campus experience as possible. And then just to return to this idea, we know that Duke Kunshan University is quite new and still building a global standing and reputation, but our students will also graduate with a degree from Duke University, which is one of the most prestigious and influential degrees you could get anywhere in the world. We are a research-oriented liberal arts and sciences university, taking an innovative, practical, and global approach to higher education. We are about 60% Chinese nationals and 40% international, about 2,000 undergrads when we reach full capacity, and we have over 50 different countries and nationalities represented. Here's a quick look at our list of majors. They are all interdisciplinary dual majors paired up. We also have innovative class delivery with 7-week mini-mesters where you can focus on just 2 classes at a time. And Monday through Thursdays are taught in the classroom, but every Friday is available for experiential learning outside the classroom. We have some of the most gorgeous student residences I've ever seen at any university. They are all brand new and spacious and lovely. Currently, over 80% of our US and international students receive reduced tuition through scholarships and financial aid. All international applicants are automatically considered for merit-based scholarships, and those can go up to 100% of tuition coverage for all 4 years. Often when we don't have travel restrictions, those who are admitted can actually get a free trip to China to spend about 4 days checking out campus and meeting the other international admits. So this is something you could potentially look forward to help you figure out if this is a good fit for you. We are operating safely face-to-face on campus with no cases of coronavirus and coordinating the return of overseas students, faculty, and staff. If you would like to take a photo here, you can sign up for emails and potentially a free t-shirt. And thank you so much. It's been wonderful to present to you.
Hi, everyone. Céad Míle Fáilte, welcome. I am Chelsea Weaver, and I am with University College Dublin, or UCD for short, and I am the North American Western Regional Representative. Before I talk specifically about UCD, I will start with a few more highlights of Dublin, though I will note that Laura mentioned many of these facts as well. According to the Global Peace Index, Ireland is the 10th safest country in the world. Dublin is also a very vibrant city. Around 50% of the population is under the age of 34, so it's truly a great city for college students. Dublin is a modern capital city and home to almost 1,200 multinational companies like Facebook, Google, Airbnb, Twitter, and many more. So it's a great headquarters for internships and work experience after graduation. As Laura said, if you complete your undergraduate degree in Ireland, you can stay in Ireland to seek employment and gain work experience for up to 1 year after graduation. Now on to UCD. UCD is ranked within the top 1% of universities worldwide. We were also ranked the #1 university in Ireland by US News and World Report for the 2nd year in a row. We have approximately 18,000 undergraduate students, and nearly 30% of our student body is international. We have a suburban campus, so we're located about 3 miles south of Dublin city centre. And we were ranked #1 in Ireland for graduate employability for the last 3 years, which is a statistic that we are very proud of. And a little fun fact for you, we have educated half of Ireland's prime ministers. Our campus is very similar to a traditional US college campus with all of the amenities that you're used to seeing in the US, such as a swimming pool, a sauna, gym, climbing wall, etc. And of course, we have various student and academic support services as well. We have libraries throughout the campus dedicated to different academic disciplines. We have over 130 societies and sports clubs, including a few of my favorite societies, the International Student Society, Harry Potter Society, and the Traditional Music Society. We have on-campus housing for over 3,000 of our students, and we do seek to guarantee housing for incoming undergraduate international students. All students stay in a private bedroom with shared living spaces, so you will not have to share a dorm room. And then of course we have food stores, a pharmacy, and laundry facilities on campus. In Ireland, we refer to majors as courses or programs. It is common to apply directly to the course of your chosen subject, which is known as direct entry. We do not have general education requirements, so if you never want to take a maths class again, and you'd really like to focus on English, for example, you don't ever have to take that math class again. UCD offers over 70 undergraduate degree courses, which are 3 or 4 years in length, depending on the course. And we offer courses in the following areas, as you can see on the screen here. We also have our Liberal Arts and Sciences program, which is our most popular program for US students, as it is most similar to an undecided major in the US and allows you to explore various subjects for your first year or two before you choose a major. We are on the Common App, or you can of course apply directly on our website. For one application fee, you can apply to up to 4 of our programs. For admission to UCD, we only review academics. We do not review essays, letter of recommendations, or extracurricular activities. We are currently test flexible for some of our programs for 2021 entry. However, our more competitive programs do require the SAT or ACT. You can find our entry requirements for all of our programs on our website. We strongly advise submitting your application before our priority deadline of December 1st, just to ensure that you are able to apply to our more competitive scholarships. Speaking of scholarships, we do have scholarships that are just for international students, and they range up to 100% of tuition. They are academic merit based, and about 80% of our students receive some monetary award. For a point of comparison, UCD is typically more expensive than staying in state for school, but usually less expensive than going out of state or to a private school in the US. We accept US federal aid as well. If you are currently a sophomore or a junior, check out our high school summer program on our website. Applications are open now. Our website is ucd.ie. We encourage you to check out our 3D virtual tour and hope you will be able to visit our campus in person in the near future when it is safe to do so. As a reminder, my name is Chelsea and I am your regional representative. Please feel free to reach out to me via email with any questions at all. Thank you.
Get to our first question. So we'll go in order of presenters this evening. And the first question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So Bethany, we'll start with you.
All right, so I'll try to keep it short, but since majority, I think all of us are from international or schools located outside of the US, I would say if you're looking internationally, just start early in terms of your research just to see what things we require in terms of documents or when our deadlines are, because they may differ a little from the traditional US requirements, just so you get an idea of what applying internationally looks like for you.
Great. All right. Chelsea, I believe you're next.
My advice would be to start early, look at all your options, think about what kind of school you want. Do you prefer something with this, small class sizes, community feel, or do you want to be on a big campus with all the sports fields and all that kind of stuff? Again, we're international, so we offer generally a small and inclusive environment. And also language skills, maybe the university is in English, but doesn't hurt to brush up on a little bit of the local language as well before you come.
Great. Asia Pacific University.
Oh, it's actually AUR, I think. So I guess for advice for someone going through the college process, I would say that I was speaking to a student a couple weeks ago who started studying nursing because that's what her parents wanted her to do, because she was definitely going to get a job, all those things. She dropped out. Well, she decided it wasn't for her within the first semester, and now she's trying to figure out her next moves. And she's frustrated because she felt that had she kind of listened to that little voice inside of her that was saying, you know what, it's probably not the best career for me. I actually really want to go into classics. Like, that's what I'm passionate about. She probably wouldn't have wasted that time. And so I would just say, really think about the reasons for why you're choosing the major that you're choosing, and make sure that you're going to be, happy, because it's not always just about the job you're going to get. You got to think about the whole picture. So that's what I advise.
Great. Thank you so much. Well said. Trinity College Dublin.
Yeah, I would just say to research your university and to reach out to your representatives. That's what we're here for. We're here to guide you right from the application process to giving you all the information we possibly can before you make that flight over to your new university. So that's important. And there's so much resources available online now virtually. It's difficult, obviously, for students to travel. So take advantage, go on the virtual tours, talk to current students, and just utilize it as much as you can.
Thank you. Wonderful. University of College Dublin.
I would just say, at the risk of sounding cliche, trust your gut. So if you're listening to this presentation, you are at least considering studying internationally, and that interest is coming from somewhere. I know when I was 17, I knew I wasn't ready to study far away from home, so I listened to that. And also start planning early as well.
Great. And finally, Duke.
Hi, so many of us are offering longer online resources. Like, for instance, we offer hour-long info sessions and virtual campus tours. We learned recently that only about 50% of you are actually taking advantage of those resources. So for those top universities on your list, go do those online events, and you can learn so much more in depth about what this experience would actually be like for you, sometimes directly from current students themselves.
Great, thank you so much. And finally, we'll do one more question. What is your favorite event or tradition on campus? So let's see, Bethany, we'll start with you.
Yes, I mentioned it a bit in my presentation, but we do multicultural weeks, which I think is quite unique to APU. Just to give you a handful of them: Indonesian week, Korean week, we had Okinawan week, Chinese week, Thailand week. So it's completely student planned. You don't have to be from that country or region to help plan it, or if you just want to participate as a spectator and join all their events. It actually gets the campus quite fired up, and there's a kind of like rivalry between the weeks because they want theirs to be better than the other weeks. So it's something to look forward to if you come to APU, even if you just want to watch as just like a spectator, like I said.
Awesome. Temple University.
We do a community day festival most years, usually every second year. And that's a chance for us to invite the community to the campus and interact with our students. So, our surrounding area, we're in Japan, so a lot of our neighbors maybe don't interact with foreigners that often. So it's a chance for them to come and meet with them. And we bring in local restaurants and cafes to sell food and things like that. And we have our partner university across the road, Show, as well. And their students join in and do different activities and displays and stuff like that. So that's a great chance to really, get involved in the community.
Great, thank you, Nathan. American University of Rome.
Yeah, so because we are the American University of Rome, we do a lot of fun traditions around American holidays. We do have, a good amount of American students. We are pretty diverse with international as well, but so we do, Thanksgiving and fun things like that. But typically, we're able to do it as a group. Obviously, because of COVID, that hasn't been a thing. So we've been doing these little gift baggies of go home, make your own Thanksgiving dinner. Wish we could do it, but we'll do it next year. And then the other thing that we usually do is that there's another U.S. institution in Rome called John Cabot, and so their soccer team and our soccer team have this fun tournament at the end of every year, and it's a really great time to show your school spirit, and everybody really gets into it.
Fun. All right, Trinity College, Dublin.
I would say an event that I really love is the Trinity Ball. It is the biggest party in Europe and is held on campus. And students get dressed up in their formal clothes, evening dresses and suits. The campus is lit up, and students just literally party through the night on the front square of the university. There's a stage set up with live music, and they've had guests like Hosier play live, and it's just a great fun night for students.
Fun. University College Dublin.
I have to highlight St. Patrick's Day, of course, since it is this month. So really all of our events related to Paddy's Day, but also events hosted by our International Student Society as well.
Great. And finally, Duke.
Hi, so those of you out there who are fans of Duke University, you may already know that one of the biggest deals at Duke is when the Duke basketball team plays the University of North Carolina Tar Heels. And so even though Duke Kunshan is located in China, we absolutely participate and put those basketball games up on the big screen and have big Duke basketball watch parties together. It's great fun.
Sounds fun. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we would appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Also, this was just one of many sessions being held in the spring, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording, and it'll be exactly where you found the sign up for this event. So thank you again. Thank you so much to our panelists, and have a wonderful rest of your evening.